In the heart of Lagos, where concrete swallowed the earth and skyscrapers boxed in the sky, lived a girl named Dorcas. She was sharp-tongued, book-smart, and raised on the belief that logic trumped legend. Her parents, once born of humble village soil, now soaked in city life, kept her sheltered from their rural roots. One holiday, her cousin Moran arrived with tales from their ancestral village. Her eyes sparkled with stories, not of magic or mystery, but of quiet peace, unpaved roads, and a sky full of stars. Dorcas, tired of noise and concrete, agreed to visit. Maybe it was boredom, maybe curiosity, maybe fate. The village was exactly as Moran had described. Lush air, curious chickens, barefoot children, and a strange kind of calm that wrapped around you like a warm scarf. But what truly caught Dorcas's eye wasn't the trees or the hills. It was a gnarled, ancient stump rooted in the middle of a village path. Its bark was dry and split like cracked earth. Around it, villagers walked in wide circles, never stepping too close. Dorcas laughed. Why is everyone afraid of a piece of wood? Moran hushed her. That's not just any wood. That's the oracle's root. They say it sees what you do and remembers. Dorcas rolled her eyes. That's ridiculous. But she didn't just dismiss the tale. She planned to challenge it. And that's where everything started to fall apart. The next morning, as the village yawned awake, Dorcas stood in front of the oracle's root. The sun had barely touched the sky, and the village was quiet. Too quiet. She looked left, then right. No one. She stepped forward. Moran's voice echoed in her head. It sees what you do, and remembers. Dorcas smirked. Let's see what it remembers after this. She scanned the area one more time. The nearby bush looked thorny. There was no latrine in sight, and the stump was just there, waiting. Wood doesn't curse people, she whispered, unbuckling her belt. With a boldness that wasn't bravery but teenage rebellion, she squatted slightly behind the stump and relieved herself, right at its base. She even chuckled. Let the ancestors file a complaint if they're upset. By the time she reached back home, Moran had laid out breakfast. Dorcas acted like nothing had happened, but the wind that rustled the trees didn't sound the same anymore. The birds seemed quieter, and something in the air shifted. That night, she slept like a log, but at dawn, her body betrayed her. She awoke drenched in a cold, wet sheet, her pajamas soaked, her heartbeat doubled. I wet the bed, she gasped. No, that's impossible. She rushed to the bathroom, washed and changed before Moran could notice. She even tucked the wet sheets away, blaming it on spilled water. But her body had a different plan. As she walked to the kitchen, warm liquid trickled down her leg. No, she whispered, staring at her feet in horror. No. She hadn't even felt it. Dorcas locked herself in the bathroom, heart pounding. What's happening to me? She paced, wiped, washed again. But 5 minutes later, her body leaked again, silently, without warning. She hadn't drunk too much water. She hadn't sneezed. There was no urge, no signal, just humiliation. Moran knocked gently. Dorcas, are you okay? I'm fine, she snapped too quickly. You sure? I said I'm fine, but she wasn't. That day, she changed clothes 4 times, and by evening, the bathroom smelled of antiseptic and fear. She finally confessed. I can't control it, Dorcas whispered through tears. I don't feel it coming. It just happens. Moran's eyes widened. Since when? Since yesterday. Since I... She stopped. Since you what? Since I Use the oracle's stump. Silence. You did what? Morin's voice was a mix of shock and horror. Dorcas, I warned you. I thought it was just a superstition. People don't just believe it for fun. That stump has been there since before this village had a name. No one touches it. No one mocks it. Dorcas broke down. What do I do now? Moran grabbed her phone. We're going to the clinic. At the clinic, the young doctor frowned as Dorcas nervously explained her condition. He took notes, examined her gently, and ordered a few quick tests. Your blood pressure is normal. Kidney function fine. Bladder activity unremarkable. Dorcas blinked. So I'm not sick? No signs of infection or trauma, the doctor said. I'll prescribe something to strengthen the bladder, but honestly, there's no medical reason for this. Dorcas slumped. It didn't make sense. And deep inside, she knew. This wasn't a medical problem. This was something else. As the days passed, things only got worse. Dorcas began using up to 10 diapers a day. She couldn't sleep through the night without waking up drenched. Her body felt drained, her spirit even more so. Word spread quickly. Villagers whispered behind hands, exchanged knowing glances. The girl mocked the oracle. She peed on sacred ground. No wonder she's cursed. Even children stared. Eventually, Morin had enough. We've tried everything, herbs, hospitals, nothing's working. It's time. Dorcas turned to her, weak and pale. Time for what? Morin looked at her straight. The shrine. The shrine sat deep in the forest, hidden beneath a canopy of ancient trees. Thick vines twisted around carved stones. The air was colder there, heavier. As they approached, the village priest stood waiting, tall, silent, robed in white. He didn't greet them. He simply said, "Bring her." Dorcas stepped forward, her legs trembling. The priest studied her face for a long moment before speaking. You defiled the sacred. You mocked what protects this land. Dorcas dropped to her knees. I didn't mean... Ignorance does not erase offense, he said sharply. But repentance can. Morin spoke softly. Please, wise one. Is there a way to reverse it? The priest nodded once. Yes, but it will cost her humility, time, and obedience. He turned to Dorcas. For 6 months, you must serve the oracle. Every dawn, you will fetch pure water. You will bathe the sacred stump. You will dress it in clean white cloth. You will place 3 meals at its roots. No excuses, no delays. Dorcas's heart sank. 6 months? It will take as long as the oracle decides. This is not punishment. This is restoration. Dorcas looked to Moran. She saw fear, but also belief. I'll do it, she whispered. At first, it felt like punishment. Waking up before dawn, carrying buckets of cold water, kneeling before a tree root that once made her laugh. But slowly, the rhythm of the routine changed her. Each cloth she laid over the stump felt like a stitch mending her broken respect. Each meal she offered wasn't just to the oracle, it was to her own guilt. Villagers stopped mocking her. Some began helping. Others simply nodded in quiet respect as she passed. Weeks rolled into months. Then, one morning, Dorcas woke up and noticed something strange. Her clothes were dry. No stream, no shame. She sat up, stunned, waiting for the familiar warmth, but nothing came. Was it possible? She got dressed and hurried to the oracle. Just as she finished her morning ritual, the priest appeared, as if summoned by fate. The oracle has spoken, he said. It forgives you. You are free. Dorcas dropped the water jar. Tears flooded her eyes. Moran, who had never left her side, pulled her into a hug. They returned to the city with different eyes. Dorcas was no longer the girl who mocked what she didn't understand. She became the voice of culture, tradition, and humility. Her parents saw a new light in her. Her siblings listened to her stories like gospel. And every year, on the same week she was healed, Dorcas returned to the village. Not out of fear, but out of gratitude. She never forgot what the old tree taught her. Respect is more than belief, it's behavior. Thanks for watching. If this story moved you, leave a comment, give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe for more powerful stories. Much love, and stay blessed.